everyone and welcome to Flower Press. I'm Courtney, the founder and CEO of Daily Blooms. In this episode, we chat with the very talented Lizzie Moss, lifestyle and food content creator at Pasta Please. So Lizzie, you are a very busy woman and you wear many, many hats. Can you talk to me a little bit about Pasta Please and what it is?
So I started Pasta Please, a few years ago now. I was living in Melbourne, I was working a lot and I realised I had no hobbies. I was single and I was going on these dates and people were saying like, oh, so what do you do? And I was like, I go to work. I work and yeah, it's really fun. So I decided I needed a hobby and my housemates at the time, one of them had taken a pasta class and it was lockdown and you were doing like, family dinners and things in the share house, and we made pasta one night and I was like, oh, this is easy. Why is no one talking about how easy this was? And I just decided, cool people must make pasta. I will simply assume that is my entire personality.
Amazing.
And sort of 5 years later, here we are. So I just eat. And there are worse hobbies to have because you always have to eat.
Yeah, you always have to eat. But I love that you think pasta was easy. Like you must just naturally have that, because when I've made pasta, I've thought, never again, this is very hard.
See, the thing is, I'm not, like I was saying, I'm not at all crafty. Like you give me like clay or even like Play-Doh to work with, absolutely not.
No.
For some reason, pasta we can hack. So I'm just copying everything you're doing.
Yeah,
perfect.
perfect.
So, great.
Perfect. You're nailing it.
That's fantastic.
There are no wrong answers in floristry. You just do what you feel.
Good news, good news.
So we met a few years ago now, and we met when you were a journalist for Channel 9 and you came into Daily Blooms to interview me for Mother's Day. I think we did a live cross, which was terrifying for me. But you were just a delight and made it so easy. And so I guess from what you were doing previously in your capacity as a journalist to where you are now with Pasta Please, what was that transition like?
Yeah, I remember, I think about that all the time. I was like, Mother's Day stories, Valentine's Day stories.
Yeah.
I feel like we did a few of those together and they were always the best. Like that's honestly.
You made it so ezy for me because I was having a nervous breakdown and you were like, it's okay, Courtney.
A little bit like me in the vase at the moment. No, I mean, it's a bit of a hard pivot. I mean, like I said, I loved working as a reporter. It is without a doubt one of the best jobs in the world, definitely.
Yeah.
And I really miss it, but the thing is now I have so much more time to do other things.
Yes.
And so I think I dabbled, like I was sort of cooking pasta and making it as a hobby and just, as you do, taking 1,000,001 photos of your food and whatnot, and dabbled with it for probably about a year. And I think people assume like, oh, well, you're on TV, so, what's the difference between filming yourself and putting yourself on camera? No, it's still mortifying. Yeah, I don't know anyone, even people who work in TV, I don't know anyone that likes to watch themselves back. It's still horrible.
Or listen.
So I think I dabbled with it for about a couple of years. I couldn't think of a name either. And then, I was like, well, that's it. It shan't be happening. It shan't be happening because there's no name. And then one night, my partner at the time turned to me and he went, what are we having for dinner? Oh no, I must have asked him. I said, what do you want for dinner? And he turned and went, Pasta Please. And I was like, well, there it is.
Done.
I'm a genius. I'm a millionaire. I'll quit my day job and I'm Martha Stewart now.
Perfect. And
here we are.
That is a pretty big transition. Was there a moment? Like, was it that moment where you were like, actually,
probably,
I'm going to take the lead?
I mean, I think when I started cooking for other people, having people over for dinner, stuff like that, then it was like, oh, well, I might as well. And then started writing little recipes and things, having more people over. And it just became a fun way to share a hobby and to spend time doing something else. And it takes a heck of a long time, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. It really, you haven't picked an easy one.
No, it's not simple. It's not simple, but it's good.
So one of the things that I love about your content is how you connect, I guess, your cooking with occasions and the people in your life. How do you see food and cooking connect with those milestones? I mean, it does. Like, that's how we all live.
It's natural, isn't it? Like, I think food is a great it's an equalizer, right? Like even if you are having the worst time of your life when you're at like a really awkward family dinner or something like that, like you can always just talk about the food. So that's a good thing. So I figured, well, at least if I'm cooking, it's something for people to talk about. It's also like eating out is so expensive. It is ridiculous how expensive
and
it's gotten.
becoming more expensive.
And exactly. So, you know, eating at home is fantastic. But I think for me, what I love is that every now and then you'll get a message from someone who's, you know, cooked one of my recipes or made a dish that they'd seen me make, and they'll tell me about, you know, I had someone the other day say, oh, this was the last dish I made for my boyfriend and he proposed and now he's my fiance and it's because of your pasta, you know, and it was a bit of a joke of like, well, that was what got it over the line. I'm a matchmaker now. Just add that to the list. But you know, it's stuff like that. You go, how good is that?
It is.
How good is that? And even, I reckon I was cooking, I'd had Pasta Please for a couple of years and my mum is not on social media at all. And then all of a sudden, one day I was hanging out with her and she was like, so apparently you cook. Like apparently you cook pasta.
Your mum didn't know this?
Mum, it's my entire personality. She's like, I just didn't know you could do that. And now she's still not on social media, but she's like my #1 subscriber to my recipes.
That's so nice.
And that's a really nice way to like talking about, you know, nostalgic meals you had as a kid and then remaking them. I mean, my brother's the same, like he'll message me and be like, oh my gosh, that Alfredo pasta we had in the packet as a kid, you know, and you kind of bond over that.
So good.
And
It's so
I
good.
love that.
I am a hopeless cook. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But what do you have, like, for somebody like me who wants to take a baby step into cooking, what do you think would be like a good way to dip my toe in? Or something that's like really impressive, more impressive than it is difficult.
Yeah. The thing is, you say you can't cook. Well, I can't bake. I cannot bake. I
Hold
can't
on.
bake a
What
cake.
about-
All cakes are flat. Yeah, focaccia is different. But like every cake I make turns out like a Frisbee. It's a nightmare.
okay,
Don't trust me with
pancake
baking.
cake.
So like
Right.
measurements and things, no. Cooking's easy because you actually don't need to measure anything.
Yeah.
But you can just chuck everything in. So the dish that most of my friends want me to make is pasta alla mone, and it's just lemon, butter and pasta. That's it. So you can just use packet pasta. There is nothing wrong with a good packet pasta. Lemon juice, so much butter, like enough butter to stop your heart in an instant.
Good. I mean,
why not?
So good.
Some Parmesan, and that's that.
And that's
Mix
it.
it up, make a creamy sauce, melt the butter, add in the lemon juice before it burns, and lots of cheese. In with the pasta, keep the pasta water in so it's nice and starchy. It's super creamy, it's super fresh. It is, it's pretty good.
Oh my gosh,
it's god tier
amazing.
pasta. It's a showstopper.
That's what I like, and it doesn't sound complicated. So with your content, one of the things that's so great is it does feel very real and very honest and very like comfortable, like comforting to watch. How did you come up with that content creation style? Is it just sort of naturally evolve, or?
Yeah, I think if you saw my kitchen, there would be no way I could have like beautiful, aesthetic, like lovely sort of trad wife shots. I mean, like
Trad
I
wife,
live,
that's what I was thinking. It's not trad wife.
No, it's chaos.
comfortable.
It's total chaos. No, it's horrible.
Yes.
I was cooking for my own birthday the other night.
I did
and like
see
within
that.
2 seconds, there was pasta sauce. It looked like a crime scene.
I
on
was
the ground.
stressed.
I was stressed. It was horrific. And I think that's the thing. Like that's all part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's completely unrelatable to think somebody slaves away in the kitchen for 3 days and doesn't like redecorate their walls in the process, or lose a couple of fingers, or that sort of thing.
Having dinner parties as much, and I love dinner parties, and my husband's a great cook,
They're
so I'm
stressful.
But they're stressful.
Thank
There's
you.
always that just like snappiness and intensity right before everyone arrives.
My friends don't like it's not enjoyable. I've tried to chill it down a bit because it's like if you come into the kitchen and offer to help, you will be yelled at. You will be asked to leave. You will be told you've picked up the wrong tongs. No, we're using the fancy tongs, not
people
those
need to
tongs.
be
No,
told.
try again. The 4th set of tongs.
Yeah.
They're obviously in the tong drawer. People can't read my mind. It's absolutely astounding to me, honestly.
Yeah, but it just, I think the way you engage with your audience online, they do get to see that. And so then it means it's less intimidating, isn't it? It feels like, okay, this is normal. Everyone kind of loses their mind a little bit
Stuff
immediately
all over
before.
their kitchen.
Yeah. If you do it, it's okay if I do it. So, you know, I have been hosting Flower Press for a little while now, and we've had lots of amazing guests. And we had another gardener slash cook come and do an episode with us, Connie Cow.
Yeah.
And she's got the most incredible garden of both fruit and veg as well as flowers. She grows all these incredible Asian vegetables. I was speaking to her about where her love of gardening came from, and she spoke about her parents. So what I'd love to know is so you were a cook
Yes.
and a host, but you're also a gardener.
Yeah, I dabble.
I think you more than dabble. Yeah.
Similar. I only just washed all the manure off of me from yesterday, so that's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gardening, it's the same
crew
thing.
appreciate
It's completely
that.
fine. No, probably the same. My mum, growing up, we had the most beautiful, beautiful garden. And I think it's one of those things you take for granted as a kid. And then you grow up, and she was at my place the other day and went, oh, these are all the things we had at home. And I was like, yeah, I know. So I think I started planting veggies because I wanted more to cook with, and everything was really expensive, and I was having this kind of Beatrix Potter vision, and I was going to have ducks, and it got a bit carried away for a time. I should not be trusted with ducks.
I love that. Like in suburban ducks.
Yeah, suburban ducks. That's exactly what you need. I said to my mum the other day, I've got olives too because I eat so many olives. So I've got a big olive tree out the front, and then put more olives down the side of the house. And I said, I was having a big gardening blitz the other day with my parents, and I was like, you know, Mum, she's like, I can't work out. You've got Mediterranean, you've got a cottage garden. I was like, I sort of want like Beatrix Potter, but if she went to Italy. And Mum's like, under the lights of the Westgate, stunning. She was like, yeah, it's giving Beatrix Potter. I was like, oh yeah,
I love that. That's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, but probably comes from her. And there's it's good. I mean, being in the garden, it's the only exercise I do sometimes. And it's hard. It's hard work.
Yeah, that is hard work.
But I think the garden looks it looks deceptively big when you see photos of it, and it's actually just like 4 little boxes. I would say too, you know, when you've lived in apartments and things, and you're always growing herbs on the balcony, and everyone's like, oh, I kill everything I grow. Herbs in a pot should be illegal. I have never kept a herb in a pot alive, but can keep a veggie patch alive.
Really?
What's that about? Yeah.
What is that about?
Deceptive. So if you're someone that kills everything you grow, just, buy a home with a garden. It's not, it's not hard.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll take your word for that. Yeah. I'll take your word for that. So is that like when you think about planting the garden or what you're going to grow for the season, is that driven by cooking or is it driven by like what looks like fun?
Yeah, mainly cooking. So like summer's great for me because everything I cook is summer. So zucchinis, tomatoes. I had a terrible tomato season. But first year I did zucchinis was like gangbusters. Like they were they were enormous. Like it was
zucchinis.
It was not safe for work. You leave them for like 2 days, they're obscene. They just grow and grow and grow. And I was going through a real hyperfixation on Stanley Tucci describes this spaghetti all'inarano. So it's like a fried zucchini, basil, cheese. And I was like, I love this dish.
That's so
I'll
good.
grow zucchini. And then was eating it every single night. Like I had so much zucchini, couldn't get rid of them. Could not get rid of them. I was doing zucchini cakes, zucchini fritters, like
my gosh.
So much. So yeah, I grow what I eat.
Yeah,
definitely.
okay. But what would you grow in winter? What's a winter?
Yeah, at the moment, beetroot. Lovely beetroot because it's great in a salad. What else have I done? I've just put in my seedlings, sugar snap peas. They're the best. It's just a whole bowl of sugar snap peas.
So good.
Great work snack.
And so how long does it take from planting? I mean, is it all different? It's all different,
isn't it? Really good question.
Okay.
I sort of just pop it in the ground and hope for the best.
Yeah, okay.
No, it can be like 12 to 16 weeks and I'm stubborn. So like this morning, I woke up, I planted my seeds 2 days ago and I'm checking on them.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them like, where are you?
So you plant from seeds?
Sometimes, they're sturdier.
Yeah, okay. And so for somebody who's not a gardener, but can like get swept up in the fantasy of having a garden, where would I start?
Yeah, not in a pot. No, maybe just like flowers. Grow some nice flowers.
Okay, yeah, I've got
Some
flowers.
daisies
I've
or
got
something.
flowers.
Tomatoes
Okay.
are kind of hard. Zucchinis grow like a weed. So
Do they?
grow those.
Okay.
Yeah, or something like mint or rosemary. They just grow
Yeah,
and grow
okay,
and grow
okay,
and grow. They're
okay,
easy
ones.
And then
All
you
right.
always have a garnish for a cocktail, and there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
everyone needs
you're always
mint.
going to use it.
You need
Yeah.
mint for life, don't
Exactly.
you? Yep, 100%. Okay, so with everything that's going on, being a host, being a cook, being a gardener, running your blog effectively or newsletter, social media, what's next for Lizzie?
It's a great question. Probably a nap. Probably a nap. I need to do less.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think what I really want to do is have like a little pop-up pasta restaurant in my house, just for friends and things. I want to do. I've got my kitchen has this like glorious little serving window that looks out onto my back deck, and I've got this vision.
Oh my gosh, you have to
maybe
do
it's
this.
a nightmare. Who knows? Where I just cook up pasta and like people come around and they open my gate and they come through and I serve them pasta and they stand on my
have to do
deck
this.
and the sun is shining and it's never winter and yeah,
That's glorious.
Then that's that.
You have to
so
do
I
that.
think that's going to be the next project, and
That's
more
in the
dinner
horizon.
parties. Like
yeah, okay.
more dinner parties.
Yeah, I love that.
definitely.
I love that. This is looking good. It's looking good. I told you, if you just put flowers in a vase, they will look great.
It's looking full, is what it's.
It's ideal. So it's now time for some rapid fire questions.
Yep. Okay.
So I'll get my little note cards.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty.
Hit me.
Mentally prepared. Okay.
Rapid.
So just answer with whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
So if you could host a dinner party and invite anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
It's Martha Stewart. It has to be. It's the only correct answer.
So good. I would love to come to that.
Yeah. I'll invite
Freaking
you.
love
Don't
that.
worry.
Dream place to eat in the world.
Oh, anywhere in Italy, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Anywhere.
Good. Yep. One thing you're currently obsessed with?
Other than myself.
Yeah. Great answer.
Flavored.
Move on.
Okay. Flavored butter though.
Flavored butter.
Like any kind of butter, like herb butter, chili
nice.
butter.
Yeah, that's so
any
good.
kind of butter.
Where do you get that from? Or do you make it? Oh, you make it.
Or you could buy it from the shop, also like a normal person.
Okay, got it. Most used item in your kitchen.
Wooden spoon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got one of those.
Love to stir.
Favourite pasta recipe?
Yeah, it's the alimony.
Yeah. If you could give a bunch of flowers to anyone in the world, who would it be? why?
Other than Martha Stewart.
Martha
My sister-in-law, and
so
she's the
sweet.
best. And people just stop buying you flowers after a while. So
Yeah.
you know, it's
Oh, that's
everything
so
she
nice.
wants with a newborn.
Yeah.
Is a bunch of flowers, definitely.
That's so sweet. I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
I
you
think
for having me.
you need to do a little flip.
Is there
so-
supposed to be a front to it? So you've got a front.
Yeah, I got a front.
Mine's
but-
sort of more of
Oh,
a...
yours is around. Yeah, yours
kind
is
of a 3D
You can just
installation.
keep spinning it like it's on a lazy Susan.
Hey, good.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming in.